Hey, Freedom Fighter, I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ Today, I want to talk about the first secret to the relationship God designed for you. I'm not talking about the relationship you want. I'm not talking about the relationship other people have, but that God-level relationship that He has for you. There's 3 secrets, and I'm going to give you the first one today, and then I'll unpack the other 2 over the next couple of conversations. The first one is a huge one. It starts with a D. It's dream. Dream. What is the big dream that you have for your marriage? I say that because a lot of times, if you're like me, we can get caught up with our life, right? We have the activities that we do. Maybe we have a job that we go to. We have friends and family and those obligations that are pulling on us. We have our kids and maybe their activities and all of that stuff that goes along with it. Then we have the holidays. Then we have the weekends. Then we have the big events. Then we have the concerts to go to. Then we have the sporting events or whatever, right? We have all of the life that we're meant to live. And sometimes we forget to continue to dream about our marriage. Not just dream about, oh man, wouldn't it be better if she was nicer? Wouldn't it be better if we had more money? Man, a bigger house would be awesome. But what is God's design for you and me together that we're meant to live out? You know, it can be the inheritance of children and grandchildren, and those are amazing. But what is the relationship you two are meant to have? What's the level of intimacy that God meant for you to have? What's the level of friendship and honesty that you're meant to walk in? The values that you're meant to share, the things that you're meant to invest in the world and the people around you, right? Those goals that are your goals, the dreams that you have each other, that you wake up and you talk about, that you talk about before you go to sleep, the things that you shared when you were dating. There's this big, huge God-level marriage that He has for you. And sometimes there's the average, ordinary, day-to-day default marriage that we live out because we get caught up in all of the activities. And I'm with you there. But here's the truth. There's an impact in the world that has your fingerprints on it. As a husband and wife, as a man and a woman, as best friends, compatriots, and those two that are walking in unity, living out that life. In that marriage, what is the dream that God has for it? What are the vacations you're going to go on? What are the conversations you're going to share? What are those hard-fought lessons you're going to walk through together? What are those victories that you're going to celebrate with a special dinner? What are those things that you see in your children that you're going to invest in them so they live out as well for the impact in their life? But when it comes down to it, beyond everybody else, you and her were called to be one. What does that one look like lived out? What does the life look like? What does the place look like? What is the location where you're going to live? What are all of those dreams that you may have for each other? Instead of doing the day-to-day, paying the bills, going to the activities, doing those things, and resting a little bit on the weekend and then waking up and doing it again on Monday, where is the dream that you have for each other that you're sharing, that you're believing for, that you're living out? And in that place, how do you get to that place of making it happen? God has a fingerprint on your marriage. He has a design for it, not just for you to be together, to have children who have grandchildren, who have great-grandchildren, although those things are amazing, but that the world is different because you two said, I do, and are living it out. The first secret to a relationship that God designed is to understand that design by having the dream that you have for it be His dream for it as well. It takes prayer. It takes time together. It takes honesty and openness. It takes living from a place of life mastery where you're living what you're created to be at the highest level you're created for. We talk about 5 areas. One of those areas that we talk about in life mastery is relationship. Living from who you're created to be as a man, as the husband, as the father, as the friend, at the highest level you're created for. She has her part to play in it, but your part is understanding, what is my part in this dream? What am I supposed to be leading in this dream? What am I supposed to be humbly using and praying towards in this dream? What am I supposed to be vulnerably sharing in this dream? What am I supposed to be authentically living out in this dream? How are we supposed to be reminding ourselves of this dream, acting towards this dream, putting investment in the dream? If you don't have a target, you hit nothing. And what I tell the people in Life Mastery is you can't hit a target that you don't see. And seeing is dreaming. Seeing is believing. Seeing is understanding that there's greater for us than just the day-to-day. And that's the amazing thing. As I have lived with my wife, we've been married 33 years. This is a rich time for us because as we're continuing on in these current seasons of our life, We're dreaming and we're sharing and we're talking about what is the next big elevation look like? What's the next mantle we're meant to carry? What's the next thing that we're meant to do? But really, who are we supposed to be for each other forever? And in that place, we have dreams for our life and we're looking towards those, and it's exciting. If your life is boring, if your day to day is average, if you're feeling like, man, something's off, maybe you should start with the dream. What is your dream for your marriage as a husband and wife? What is your dream, man of God, for your wife and for your family? And how do you live that out in your marriage? In that place, if you write it down, if you remind yourself of it, if you each are working towards it and working towards it together, hand in hand, hand to the plow and moving forward, you're going to have that dream marriage that you could imagine. The one that you can see, the one you can envision, the one that God reminds you of, the one that you hear about in prayers, the ones that other people believing for you for that. And in that place, you'll have the dream life, the dream marriage that you can count on, that you can hand off, that can be an impact that passes on to generations. What's the dream marriage? The first secret is this: dream. Dream for your marriage, dream big, dream together, speak it out, talk about it, remind yourselves of it, encourage each other in it. And in that place, you'll have that marriage, that life, and that legacy that other people will talk about. You want to understand how to unpack some of that, not just the dreams, but mastering your thoughts and your words and actions, leaning towards it, creating, the understanding of what your identity is so you can live it out in that dream marriage. And in that place, be able to be the person you're created to be. Check out the link below. You can see a link to my Life Mastery course. There's also a link to my calendar so you can have a conversation with me and we can figure out, hey, what's the next step in life mastery that you can live out? So before you can live at the highest level you're created for, you need to understand who you're created to be. Let's have that conversation. And if you do nothing else, man of God, dominate your day.